Good night. 90 seconds for us, but they gotta get short. No, I know. We'll get short.
Hi, y'all. Thank y'all for coming here this afternoon. I'm Sheriff Joseph Pinto, Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office. I'm here with the Harahan Police Chief Ed LaPree, the Jefferson Parish Coroner Jerry Satanovich, Harahan Mayor Tim Bodier, Jefferson Parish Councilman Dino Bonanno. Here to announce a very sad case in the city of Harahan, which occurred last night and this morning. Earlier today, around 7:30 a.m., a father walked into the Harahan Police Department to report his child, along with his 43-year-old girlfriend, missing. When he woke up this morning, the 6-year-old and the 43-year-old were not in the house, although an older child was still in the house there. Reported it to the Harahan Police Department. They started investigating it as a missing person. They went to the house, started doing canvases in that neighborhood. The biological mother of the child lives approximately 1 block away around the corner. So the investigation led to go to that location. Upon arriving at that location, they located best to describe it being a 10-gallon bucket. It's a chlorine bucket, large, a little larger than a 5-gallon bucket on the front lawn of the mother's house. When they opened up that bucket, they found the 60-year-old deceased inside that bucket. It turned into a homicide investigation. Obviously, at that point, homicide detectives from Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office were called out to the scene. We utilized not only our resources with the Sheriff's Office, but also used the Major Crimes Task Force to come out and try to start canvassing the neighborhood, which our attention was drawn very quickly to the missing girlfriend, who is now missing in action. Right? We could not necessarily find her. We were able to find numerous video from different households. Ended up performing an autopsy today on the child. We can classify the child's death as a homicide at this point in time. We ended up incidents used with both the mother and the father, the biological mother and the father. We do not believe that they are involved in any foul play involved with the death of this fellow father, who was the 6-year-old that was deceased. Those interviews also continue to lead us in our investigation, looking for the suspect in this case, which I have 3 different names. Hannah Landon, which is an American name. She is described as an Asian female. Hannah Landon, H-A-N-N-A-H, last name Landon, L-A-N-D-O-N. Also known as Bunak Lim, B-U-N-N-A-K, last name L-I-M, or Bunak Landon, 43-year-old Asian female. As we were doing our best in order to locate her around 2 o'clock this afternoon, we were notified that she was possibly at one of our local hospitals. We were able to locate her at one of the local hospitals. She is now in GPSO custody, where she'll hopefully later be booked with at least one count of first-degree murder and obstruction of justice. We've got a lot of different evidence with a lot of different scenes here, that we'll continue to work through. But of course, we have an arrest, and we have more tragically the death of the 6-year-old, which is going to be a big shock to the small community of Harahan. With that, I'll turn it over to Chief LaPree for any questions, and then I'll take some questions afterwards.
Thank you, Sheriff. My name is Ed LaPree. I'm the Harahan Police Chief. This morning I was out of town at a conference, an FBI conference down in Orlando. I got a call from my staff in reference to a missing child. Immediately after learning more information, I reached out to the sheriff and the other chiefs that were with me at the conference. All offered to help. The sheriff and his staff, I can't thank them enough for coming in and working with our guys. Our guys responded. They were doing the right thing. We just needed a little extra help, and I appreciate the sheriff for coming in and offering the assistance to develop this case. They were keeping me abreast on the hour. They got me an earlier flight. I just got back in from out of town, but I appreciate everything. The city of Harahan is still safe. It is a safe city. There's no threat to the public right now. There is an arrest. There is a case being worked. The sheriff, as we get more information, and if it's necessary to report, we will. But at this time, I appreciate all the outside agencies that came in, gave assistance to us. We're a small town. We're a safe town, and I just want the citizens to know that my heart and my prayers go out to the family of this child. This is a senseless type incident that happened, but I can assure you that the Harahan Police Department and the sheriff are there for the family, and keep them in our prayers. And thank you.
Sure.
Good afternoon, I'm Dr. Jerry Sedgeild, Jefferson Parish coroner. I want to start off by saying thank you to everybody involved in this case, from the 911 dispatchers to EMS to law enforcement, and last but not least, the people in my office. Cases like this are hard. We're parents, brothers, sisters, so it's very difficult and it affects everybody. So thanks all to all of them. They're very much appreciated for what they do. The young lady, the decedent, is Bella Fontenelle. That's B-E-L-L-A. Last name is Fontenelle, 6-year-old female. The manner of death is homicide. She has multiple injuries, and I'm not going to get into details regarding the injuries because this is still a fluid investigation with a lot of interviews that have yet to happen. So those details will come out. We're not, hiding them. We just delaying the release of those. Thank you very much.
I'll take any questions if anyone has any.
Sheriff, why was Miss Landon or Miss Lim, why didn't she go to the hospital?
I'm not going to release that at this one time. She, as I said, the arrest has just been made on her in the last couple of hours, so we haven't had the opportunity to attempt that. So that's part of the reason that we're not releasing the cause of death and injuries and some of those information. So I'll probably will release that to you at the appropriate time, but right now it's not the appropriate time.
Sheriff, you said the bucket was found in the yard of
It was in the front yard of the biological mother's house.
of the little girl.
Yes, we believe the child was killed at the father's house, which happens to be about a block away, and then transported over to the mother's house, and then taken out of a wagon. Actually, is how it was transported.
Is her home on Sedgeild and the father is
The
Donelon?
father is on Donelon, the mother is on Sedgeild. That's correct.
Do you know if the girlfriend had planned anything, or do you have a possible motive?
I don't have any information to be able to share at interview this time.
Has the Harahan been accidental, or is that a
I
possibility?
don't believe, no, I think the coroner made it clear. I think the manner of death is certainly a homicide.
Had
Was there
Harahan
issues
police?
with the girlfriend and the biological mother? Why was the child placed on the mother's front lawn?
I don't know the answers to that.
Do you know if the girlfriend lived with the child?
Yes, the girlfriend lived with the father, biological father, and I believe they had joint custody, so both times lived with both.
Did the biological mother find the bucket? Was she home at the time or?
She
out?
was home, Harahan Police Department was there with her, but she was home at the time, that's correct.
Was she the one that found it?
I don't know exactly, I think that bucket was determined by him, I don't know who opened it, to be honest with you.
Can you talk any more about the mental state of the children?
No, not yet. I mean, again, this has all happened within the last couple of hours, really, she got to our detective bureau while we were here, so let my detectives work for me.
Where's the dad?
Dad, again, went through extensive interviews today. I don't know if he's been released yet, but he should be released, fully cooperative from that standpoint. Don't believe he was involved in the murder by any means, but I don't know if he's, when I left the detective bureau, he was still there, but he certainly could have been released.
Sheriff, any
His
other?
motions today?
What's that?
Can you talk about his motions today, Dad?
Oh, I mean, look, you can imagine, I'm not gonna speak for him, but I mean, both him and the mother are certainly extremely upset, which you would imagine on any person that lost a 6-year-old unexpectedly.
Sheriff, the other child, is she with her parents now?
Yes, I mean, she's certainly with the parents. I think she left with the mother, to be honest with you, but I'm not, under issues with her.
Were there only 2 children living in the house? You're aware?
I think the answer is yes, that that's maybe us.
Do you know where the child went to school?
Yeah, I know you don't know the answer to that question already. The child went to school at St. Matthew's the Apostle. I know the school reached out to their faculty, staff, and parents today. So I know that we notified the school so that way they can get the appropriate counsels in place and get the nuances, things that the other schoolmates that are in place. So I think they're going to close over the next couple of days and we're going to let the family be at home with the parent, let the kids be home with their parents, and then they're going to work with the archdiocese to have counsels in place on the children.
Sheriff, do we know how long the father had been with Miss Landon?
Several years, I don't know the exact number, but several years.
Do you know how long the child had been dead before she was found?
A good while. I'm gonna say that. I mean, it looks like the homicide was late last night, and then obviously the child was found 18 or so this morning.
Do you know if the child was put before she was put in the bucket?
I would imagine the answer is yes, but I'll let my investigators try to make that determination.
What time did the dad come home?
I'm not gonna release that right now.
But he came into the police department at 7:30 this morning.
No, he woke up and discovered that we're not there. The father was there, woke up this morning and determined that
The child wasn't there. And then he went to the police department at 7:30.
I think, 7:30 this morning.
Were there
Which
any-
is not unusual in Harahan. Let's face it, most places you'd call 911, but Harahan's such a small community, they have a lot of walk-ins, which is not unusual for that. So he went to Harahan Police Department, which is of course just a couple blocks away, to do the report.
Were there any other previous reports of abuse in the home?
I'm not gonna release that yet. I'll let them look into it. The suspects have 3 different names. I'll let them go through all the situations before we release it.
I know that there was a van taken from the home on Donelon as part of this investigation that had returned. Do you know anything about that?
With first degree murder, it's premeditated, so was there?
First degree murder is not necessarily premeditated. First degree murder is because the child was under the age of 20.
Was there any indication that this was pre-planned?
I don't know that yet, but I mean, it's the age of the victim which kicks in first degree murder, not premeditation.
And you said that the other child's in the custody of the mother?
I wouldn't say custody. I mean, the fact that it is the parents, we don't believe we're involved. I'll let them figure out who's going to have the child. That's not a JPS oversight. Thank you very much.
Landon is 43.
What's that?
43.
Great, yes.